All right, you will not frickin' believe it. Check out that R. Which one do you think we got? Welcome back, or welcome to the Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles channel. We are on part 8. These are what I've hunted through part 7, so I gotta pick through these, get one of each of the best condition, and we'll get into to part 8. Hopefully we come across something fun. Let me pick these apart and I'll be right back. Alright, the pile has been picked apart. We are down to 1 coin each. I do have 137 up here that is in decent condition, so I held that one aside. Still toggling between these two, which one I want to keep. So let's get into this hunt. I got a whole bag full still, like a ton of coins in here still. Let's get into this hunt. I'll pull out I don't know, a few, set the camera up. We'll look at them under the scope. Hopefully find something during that. But if not, I'll keep going and bring you in once I do come across something. Let me get the scope set up and I will be back with a handful of coins. Alright, here we go. The funny thing is that I swear every video that starts with the 1939. I pull out a bunch of coins out of the bag, and the one at the end is the one that goes under the scope first. And it just seems like they are all 1939s. That is a bunch of funk. That is not a pretty coin. Let's keep her going. 1934. Don't see anything out of the ordinary. No doubling there. No die chips, no die cracks, no doubling on cent. Still looking for that one, by the way. Another 34. Go figure. Okay. All right. Nothing. $35. Not seeing the doubling. Not there. Oh, hold on. Alright, my washer dryer is kind of in a dry cycle, but spinning out the excess liquid. Not seeing anything out of the ordinary there. Okay. Sorry. And excuse me. 30D. Okay. Kind of worn 30D. Okay, not seeing anything out of the ordinary there. Okay. 35D. Looks like a pretty good strike there. A little damage there. Not a bad looking coin though. Would have been nice if that was a double die. Still a nice coin. I'll take that. What did I say? That was a 35D. Okay. 38. Those didn't show up very often in part 7. Surprisingly, they usually from 34 over to 39, usually pretty equal. 34 and 39 usually come out on top, but 38 is usually in the running there, and it wasn't last hunt. 39. Speaking of 39, I'm going to have to get some water. Not a big fan of water. I'm highly allergic to the non-flavorful liquid. Hey, look at this. Look at this. 1883. Another Indian head. That'll be our second one of the bag. Excuse me. Really, really worn. Holy smokes. But there's a date. 1883. Yeah, that's very, very worn. But you can see it, 1 cent, clear as day. That's cool. Okay, first one for the pile. 36. You guys hear my voice crack? I think I need some water. I can, it's a little shift in the D right here, but I don't think that's anything. Could be, but very minor if it is. Nothing there. Nice looking coin though. Okay, first 36 of the hunt. Next. 39. Could be a little something there, but not really. .38 Denver. A hit there. Nothing there. All right. .37. Maybe one more after this coin here. I don't see anything there. What did I say? That was 37. All right, last one. 36. Not a DDO, unfortunately. Okay. Not signs of a DDR there either. All right, let's get into, let me hunt these off camera. And if I come across something, I will be sure to bring you in. Be right back. Still working on that first grouping, handful, more like a roll's worth. We got a 39S. Let's keep this hunt going, see what else we can find. I'll be right back. All right, I'm starting from this position on purpose. Under the scope, I have a 1939, possibly DDR number 16 on Wexlers, or number 3 on copper coins. But right here, if I come across right there, there's like a die crack. It looks like a die crack. That's a die marker for the DDR, number 16 or number 3. But you can see the extra thickness, the elongated dot, the U, the B, UNU, the thickness in the stems of the wheat stalks. So we definitely have a DDR on a 1939. Let's keep it going. Be right back. All right, we don't have a 30s find, but we do have an S Mint, a 1947 S. just taking a look. That B looks wicked fat. The E looks wicked fat. All of that looks wicked fat. It's likely just like some damage. But I will take a look at 47S, see if I'm missing anything there. Like I said, it's probably damaged, but I'll bring you back if it is not. Otherwise, I'll keep going. All right, I have a 1936 under the scope. And this is actually a really nice DDR. So you can see the extra thickness in E pluribus. And I did hunt this one down. I can't find a match for it, but you can see the thickness there. There almost looks to be a notch at the top of that E, but the O, the top of the O, the top of the E is much thicker. Scent down here looks fairly normal. And then United looks a little thicker. That O definitely has a cat eye to it. And then check out the E and the R here. So we definitely have a pretty strong double die. The wheat stems are very thick. I think the closest one that I saw on doubledie.com was number 11, DDR number 11. But I couldn't find everything that I'm looking at here. So, but that's an awesome DDR. I like the E and the R on that right there. All right, let's keep this hunt going. I will be back with the next find, hopefully soon. All right, real quick, just wanted to show you this 36. She's in really nice condition. I'll put her under the scope real quick. Let me zoom out here. Cut the lighting down a little bit. And check that out. Nice tone to it. Nice strike. Great detail. It's actually in really nice condition. Show you the reverse. It's got mint luster left. That's an awesome looking coin. I will probably put this one in the toner album. Alright, let's keep her going. Be right back. Alright, I'm working on what I believe it's still the second grouping, second handful. And I have another 1934 Cherrypickers, 34D Cherrypickers FS101. So you can see the extra thickness in the date, the angle on the 4, thickness back here. The positioning of the mint mark is pretty much centered through the 34. We have the thickness in LIB, the curve in the B right there, right in here. The thickness in God. You can see how thick the N is down the bottom here. The pulling on GOD. So there we have it. 34 Denver Cherrypickers FS101. Alright, I have no idea which handful I'm on. But I do have a 1939 under the scope. I'm not seeing anything really distinctive on the obverse. I don't think there's I don't know what's, no idea. I'd flip it over. We do have a DDR, so extra thickness in E pluribus unum. Not super strong, but it's there. A little bit of extra thickness on 1. Kind of looks like we have like a notch here and a notch there. And not much going on down here. The wheat stems aren't all that thick. And I looked through copper coins and Wexler's. I'm not 100% sure on which one this is, but we do have a double die. So let's keep this hunt going. I'll be back with the next find. All right. You will not frickin' believe it. Check out that R. Which one do you think we got? It is a Cherrypickers variety. We have... Boom! 1936 FS 102. So I do have the 102 and 103 now. Still hunting for the 101. But look at that. That is insane. That's awesome. Super extra thickness there. The coin is actually in relatively decent condition. Just got some funk on it. But check that out. FS 102, baby. That's awesome. Stoked to have that. And I am going to end part 8 on that note. 1936 Cherrypickers variety FS 102. Please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see the rest of this 1930s wheat scent hunt. I hope to see you on the next one.